euthanize every frog in there, and 10% of the frogs, the male frogs, will turn into fully viable females. May I, Mr. Chairman?
You may not. You may not.
I just want to respond.
Mr. Chair, the time is out. We're done.
COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people. The people who are most immune are Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese.
With these right-wing knuckleheads, including JFK Jr., who was most definitively in the wrong primary, okay? All of his supporters are Republicans. Online, I've never seen a Democratic supporter of RFK Jr. The most zealot MAGA guys are like, RFK Jr. I love Democrats. Wait, what? Okay, no. Anyway, those are all lies. Sorry, Bobby. You don't know what you're talking about. Vaccines have never been tested. I mean, that's insanity, man. That's just insanity. So, and what? And he's like, I didn't imply that the Jews did the vaccine. I just said the only ones it doesn't affect are the Chinese and the Ashkenazi Jews. I didn't imply anything. Come on, you don't know. You know all these Jewish folks, and you, yes, you're friends with Jewish people. I know. You don't know that anti-Semitic trope, and you didn't know that you were implying that. At a bare minimum, that is massive negligence on your part.
I haven't adjourned the hearing, and I don't think you're the chair.
Mr. Chair,
Chairman's discretion.
I know it's your discretion.
We're going to let Mr. Kennedy.
He has had so much additional time.
Well, I think everyone's had additional time.
Why? Why are you doing that specifically?
As a graduate of the University of Virginia, Mr. Kennedy no doubt knows the following quote: "For here we are not afraid to follow truth wherever it may lead." Thomas Jefferson. That truism was lost during the COVID pandemic. Individuals receiving scorn simply for asking questions. People being silenced for challenging the status quo. These are the kinds of questions that should have been publicly debated, and this hearing is focused on that truth, and we welcome Mr. Kennedy.
Why he's invited in the first place is maybe the best question. We'll get into his crazy controversies in a second, but Republicans are inviting a Democratic nominee for president because of a subcommittee on the weaponization of government? No, this is just a PR gimmick. Like, hey, let's get this guy on here. Let's get him to bash Biden while pretending to be a Democrat. That's the oldest trick in the book. Tucker Carlson, is the master of that trick. Oh, well, here's Tulsi Gabbard and Glenn Greenwald, and well, they agree the right wing is right about everything. Oh, well, lucky us, I guess, right? And so that's the trick that they're doing here. And plus, RFK Jr. has nutso opinions on vaccines that Republicans share. So they brought him on here just so the whole country will talk about it.
I see these huge levels of depression and despair, loneliness in kids. And I don't think that there's a single cause to it. And I think blaming it on depression about climate is probably oversimplistic. And in fact, I think a lot of the problems we see in kids, and particularly boys, it's probably underappreciated that how much of that is coming from chemical exposures, including a lot of the sexual dysphoria that we're seeing. They're swimming through a soup of toxic chemicals today, and many of those are endocrine disruptors. There's atrazine throughout our water.
And it doesn't help him that Steve Bannon is cheering him on, and he's calling him, he apparently thought he was gonna be a chaos agent in the Democratic Party. So if you're seeing people who are supporting RFK Jr., because they hate that they don't have an alternative and they don't really know what he stands for, and they're just like anybody but Biden, and he's got the name Kennedy. So they're not guilty. They're just they're desperately looking for an alternative, and I don't blame them at all. If you see people supporting RFK Jr. because he's anti-vaccine and anti-mask and then pro, frogs being gay or not being gay or whatever it is, no, those aren't Democrats. They're almost all Republicans pretending to be Democrats.